Hey guys, and happy Homebrew Wednesday for September 25th, 2013. Yeah, it's Friday, or it might be Saturday for you guys over in New Zealand and England by the time you actually watch this video. But I mean, I haven't had my camera most of the week. I let somebody borrow it for a function, which is really the main reason my video wasn't posted on Wednesday. And another reason is, even if I had the camera, I probably wouldn't have had time until right now to make the video. If you haven't noticed, what I'm leaning against right here is a freshly constructed bar. This weekend I continued my Drunken Bastard bar build project. And what I did was I installed the floor, I installed the wall, the ceiling. I installed the light. The wall behind you guys, I did some electrical work, put in a few outlets. I closed that in with plywood. I built the shelf, and there's a TV, a Blu-ray DVD player, and a PlayStation 3 right behind you. The wall behind me is still open because I have to do electrical work back there before I close it in. I built the bar, and I checked the one ads this weekend, and Tuesday night I picked up a brand new used General Electric refrigerator. Now, this is the standard size fridge that most everybody has in their house. I paid $75 US for it, and I'm told it's only 6 years old. Right now I've got some homemade wine coolers, a case of Pabst Blue Ribbon, and my Bootleg Bill's English Bitter keg. In the refrigerator, it's sitting at 38 degrees on its highest setting, which works just fine for me. Let's see, I bought I bought the outdoor propane cooker that I was well, not the one I was looking at, but I bought one. The one I wanted was 70,000 BTUs, made by Bayou Classic. The one I got was 56,000 BTUs, and the reason for that mostly is just cost. The one for 70,000 BTUs was $109 US. The one for 56,000 BTUs was $60 US. And I was thinking, stretch the mileage on the old credit card as much as possible, since I was already expecting to spend the money anyway. I got the smaller burner. I picked up 14 pounds of grains. I picked up hops, a couple of ingredients or chemicals that I need to finish making wine. I picked up some yeast, some more turbo yeast, and I'll tell you what, 56,000 BTUs on that burner. Yeah, that's pretty much all you need. I did the all grain Sunday morning, this past Sunday morning, and after I did the mash and the sparge, not even turned up halfway, this thing brought 6 gallons of water to boil in 12 minutes flat. It was just unbelievable. It used to take about 45 minutes to boil that volume in the kitchen. So I'm really looking forward to more all grain brews and shaving about an hour and a half off my brew day. I mean, honestly, 4 hours to brew beer instead of 6 or 6.5 hours is, that's pretty awesome. One thing I did, I'll tell you about the beer I made. I don't follow recipes. I mean, I don't get recipes off the internet, and I really should, because without a recipe, it's just kind of like hit and miss. I want some of that, a little bit of that, pound of that, 10 pounds of that. My grain bill was 10 pounds of American two-row, a pound of Crystal 60, and a pound of Carafoam or Caraprills, just maltodextrin grain. the initial specific gravity came out to 1066, 1.066, and for a 5-gallon batch, that's probably going to be a pretty strong beer, about 6.5% alcohol. I mean, that suits me fine. I mean, some people, they like, beer that's only 4 to 5% alcohol. Me, if I can get away with drinking 4 instead of 6, well, it just means the beer lasts longer. I used US SO5 yeast this time. I was trying to make like an American California ale style, although it'll probably come out more like an American IPA, because I used 4 ounces of hops. Let's see, I used an ounce of Magnum hops at 60 minutes for the boil. I used an ounce of Centennial hops at 30 minutes in the boil. I used an ounce of UK Fuggle hops at 10 minutes. I put in an ounce of Autumn hops at flame out. Let it steep for about 20 minutes. I'm not going to dry hop. I mean, 4 ounces of hops is plenty in a beer. But one thing I did differently that I didn't usually do, or haven't done yet, is I made a yeast starter with the USO5 yeast. Now, I know you guys are sitting there shaking your head saying, you don't make a yeast starter with dry yeast because, I mean, you've got more than enough yeast to ferment a 5 or 6 gallon batch of beer. But the only reason I did it was, well, I took the time and the effort and the money to build my own stir plate, and I actually got it working. And I had stated on one of my other videos, one of my earlier videos, that at least for me, all grain is more expensive than doing kits. I mean, I can get, grain for like $1.60 a pound, and they'll crush it for me. But what gets me are the hops and the yeast. Hops at my homebrew store are $3 an ounce, and the yeast runs anywhere between $4 and $5.50 for the dried yeast, and $11 or $12 for the the Y yeast smack packs and the little vials. So if you need 4 ounces of hops, well, that's $12 tacked onto your grain bill. And if you're going with the liquid yeast, that's another $11. So a $35 tab at the brew store turns into $50 really quick, where I could get a Cooper's kit and 2 pounds of dry malt extract for 25 bucks. But the reason I did the yeast starter was I took a third of the yeast starter, I poured it into a small container, and I'm going to keep that. I pitched the rest of the yeast, and the next time I make a batch of beer, I'll make a yeast starter, and I'll grow the yeast that I've kept, in which case I will take some of that and save it, and hopefully I can get a few batches of beer out of the same packet of yeast. I did my wine coolers, and I've got a few of them right here. This is a wild berry, fruit punch, and this isn't a quite full grape. Now you notice they're in water bottles, and there's a very good reason for that. I absolutely, positively, I mean without a doubt, I can't stand washing and sanitizing bottles anymore. If I need more than, like 3 or 4 for an experimental batch, or, like that carbonated apple cider that I made a few months ago, I'm just completely not interested. The whole reason I started kegging was so I wouldn't have to spend 2 hours washing and sterilizing beer bottles. So, how do you get around something you don't like? Well, you improvise. I went to my local grocery store. I picked up a 36 pack of spring water. These are 16.9 fluid ounce bottles. came home, I drank some of the water. I dumped most of the water out, and what I did was, with the sugar wash that I made with the turbo yeast, I degassed it. I cleared it with the 2-part fining agents I use for my wine, and I got frozen juice concentrate. I got 2 of just about every flavor that they happen to have at the store, and I grabbed the gallon demijohn that I have. I took 2 of the frozen juice concentrates, I poured them into the demijohn, and then I filled it up to the 1 gallon mark with the sugar wash. Gave it a really good shake, and I was able to get 8 of these out of each gallon. Well, maybe it was slightly more than a gallon. And I gotta tell you, they taste fantastic. They're sweet. They're coming in, if I had to guess, 9.5–10% alcohol apiece. They're really good. I like them. Mrs. Brewing with Bill likes them, and she's actually encouraging me to make more. And you know, I'll do that. But yeah, that's really all I got going on this week, guys. I will do a video, give you guys a grand tour of the Drunken Bastard Bar and brewery as it is right now. You know, it's not state of the art. It's, I mean, it's basically, it's only half finished, but it's a cool place to hang out anyway. I'll do a video for a video of that, and well, yeah, that's about it. So I don't really want to take up too much of your time this week, since it's late anyway, and the weekend's coming up, and everybody's got things to do. So, as always, I hope your week this far has been good. I hope the rest of your week is even better. Take care of your selves. Cheers. 17.